Hey, y'all. I'm only coming in here quick, fast, and swift. Listen, what I want to say is that we need to be in prayer tonight about Florida. A lot of people have lost their lives, and we need to have them up in prayer. We have the storm heading to South Carolina. We have some sisters that are gems are in South Carolina. My state of Virginia had declared a state of emergency. And y'all, we need to be praying, okay? Praying for our sisters, praying for our gems. Hey, Melissa. Hey, let me see. I can't even see because I got Melissa, Marva, Addie Mae, you was the first one in the house. Hi, Miss Eliam. Oh, y'all, she having a cranberry watermelon cocktail. Oh, hey, the Rod. How you doing? That Rod, Elrod, how are you? Lots of my family, let me see. Lots of my family live in South Carolina and Florida, so I'm really praying for them. Y'all, that's what I came on tonight for. We got to pray, pray. Listen, God is talking, y'all. He's talking. And we got to pray for our family's safety everywhere. This is really tore through Florida, where Tampa did not get it as hard as Fort Myers. People chose to stay in their homes. Hey, Philly is here, y'all. Michelle Carter, LEM, prayers for safety, peace, love, y'all. Um, Listen, y'all need to get together and we need to be as one. If one and more come together, y'all know what happened. I want to catch y'all up on some good gospel tea, gossip tea. Now, I just said some gossip stuff, some gospel. Now I'm getting to the gossip right quick. Okay. As I told y'all yesterday, that the Brooklyn preacher, right? The Brooklyn preacher, they caught two suspects, right? Now listen to this. The preacher got out there and he started talking, y'all. And do you know that a lot of the reporters were trying to upset him? Okay, my cousin lives in Daytona Beach, praying for all regarding the hurricane. Absolutely, y'all. My brother is in Florida. Look at this. Look how many of our family members are there. My brother is in Florida. Y'all pray for Veronica Barnes. Addie Mae, yes, please. We are praying too much because people should not be going through this. Yes, this is a horrible time, y'all. This is a very horrible time. Hey, Marva. Marva is saying, hey, Patricia, listen. Marva, here in North Carolina, please pray for us. Yes, and North Carolina is prone to flood a lot too. So y'all, please. Miss Gigi says, sorry I have not been on lately, guys. I missed y'all, gems. We miss all of you. Thank you for coming tonight. We'll be praying for you. Miss Gigi said, Miss Marcella, thanks for thinking of us. Ivan is coming our way. We appreciate the prayers. We live on the water, and it's starting to pick up now in South Carolina. Y'all, let's pray for Miss Gigi. Please, y'all. I just don't, it just scares me, okay? Because of the way this storm is brewing. Let me tell y'all a little bit about this storm when they said it's coming to South Carolina. Let me read it to you right quick. Y'all, today I was just taking care of some business. Now listen to this. Punta Gorda, Florida, rescue crews piloted boats and waded through inundated waters Thursday to save thousands of Floridians, okay? Hours after weakening to a tropical storm while crossing the Florida peninsula, Ivan regained hurricane strength Thursday evening after emerging over the Atlantic Ocean. The National Hurricane Center predicted it would landfall in South Carolina as Category 1 hurricane by Friday. The devastation inflicted on Florida began to come into focus a day after Ivan struck as a monstrous Category 4 hurricane and one of the strongest storms ever to hit the U.S. It flooded homes on both the state's coast, cut off the only bridge to a barrier island, destroyed a historic waterfront pier, knocked out electricity to 2.67 million people. Florida homes and businesses, nearly a quarter of utility customers. At least one man was confirmed dead in Florida, while other people reportedly killed in Cuba after the hurricane struck the island Tuesday. Aerial photos from the Fort Myer area, a few miles west of where Ivan struck land, showed homes ripped from their slabs, deposited among shredded wreckages. Businesses near the beach were completely razed, leaving twisted debris. Broken docks floated on odd angles. I don't know how anyone could have survived in there, right? We have to pray because there is a God, okay? There is a God. Yes, we are across the lake. It's getting rough out. Yes, and I didn't come on for an hour. I didn't come on for 30 minutes. I came on just to tell y'all I'm thinking of y'all. I've been praying, y'all. I've been praying today hard because I I have a home in Florida, and fortunately it's in Fort Lauderdale, y'all. And I had minimum damage. The fence fell. That's it. Thank you, Lord. The fence fell. I don't really live in Fort Lauderdale. What I live in Coral Gables, is Coral Springs. And so it's right outside of Fort Lauderdale, if y'all are familiar with it. This is an unraveling. I'm used to earthquakes. These hurricanes, they keep making predictions. It's coming this way. It's going this way. Earthquake Earthquakes just happen and it's over. Yes, y'all, we got to pray for one another. This is nothing to play with. If people don't want to leave their homes because you know what? They don't want to go in shelters with other people. They want to be there thinking mentally that they can protect their home. But no, this is water. Thanks for the prayers, everyone. We can only try to be safe. That's right. Like if you have people in South Carolina, North Carolina, if you have things that can fly in the backyard, like grills and stuff, y'all try to tie them down or put them under a deck. I don't live on a slab, unfortunately. I have a crawl space, and I don't live in a flooded area, but I'm really praying, okay? Because places they said wouldn't flood here in Virginia Beach, right down the street from me, flooded, and people's houses were tore up, okay? Our last storm. But let me tell you about the pastor. Let's listen to a little bit of what he got to say. We can't listen to the commercial. But the pastor came on. They found two people so far. Both of these gentlemen were 23 years old from Brooklyn, New York, who robbed the pastor, right? And some of the questions were asked of the pastor, why did they just target you? Because a lot of people didn't believe him, including me. I had to get on that man's page and apologize to him, okay? I did not believe that he did not know who robbed him, okay? These are just perpetrators, okay? That robbed him. Wait, hold on.
$1 million worth of jewelry while he was in the middle of his church service in Brooklyn. The entire event broadcast live online as it happened back in July. Well, tonight, two suspects were in court for charges. Eyewitness News reporter Sonia Racon live outside the Brooklyn Federal Courthouse with the story. Sonia.
Bill, Bishop Lamar Whitehead and one of the suspects glared at each other in court at this arraignment. The NYPD says this became a federal case because of the violent nature of the robbery, but officials aren't saying much about how these two suspects were tracked down 2 months after they allegedly robbed Bishop Whitehead of $1 million worth of jewelry at gunpoint. Whitehead is calling this a victory for a couple of reasons.
I'm hoping that this clears a lot of things up with my name, as far as, the world believing that I'm a villain instead of a victim. And it hurts.
The brazenness of the robbery was shocking to those in Bishop Lamar Whitehead's church service and watching the live stream.
A very, very violent robbery crew that we saw with no regard to anybody going in the middle of mass, holding a child at gunpoint. That's a pretty rough robbery.
And that's why the NYPD says it became a federal case under the Hobbs Act.
We get a 10-year minimum on a robbery with a firearm.
Two suspects identified as Saquon Pollock and Juwan Anderson, both 23, indicted this week, arrested this morning on federal robbery, conspiracy, and firearm charges. A third suspect is still on the loose. The case drew attention to the fact that Whitehead had $1 million worth of jewelry to steal, something he defended. He says he has no connection to the two suspects. Among the questions he has for them, if they wanted the jewelry, why not target him while he was wearing the jewelry out in public, instead choosing to traumatize his family?
Why would you come into the church and do what you've done? Because you know we don't have any weapons, because you know we're at peace, you know that we are coming to serve our Jesus, right? And that's just wrong.
The two suspects pleaded not guilty. One of them was released on $50,000 bail. The other is also expected to be released on a similar bail package. And again, one suspect is still on the loose, also still out there, the jewelry. That still has yet to be recovered.
Now, why I wanted to show y'all that, they got a $50,000 bail. That means they just got to give the courts $500 to get out. Listen, I didn't say out loud that I believe that this was a setup. I thought it so hard, okay? But I went on that man's page when I was listening to him, had a sigh of relief that they caught these people who robbed them, right? Why would you do that in a church service? Like, people are there to worship God, not to see a robbery. And guess what? He lost a lot of members. They have not returned. That's why he did church online last week. A lot of his members, women, they did not return. Monique C., who that woman with glass and blonde hair, that's his attorney. And guess what? You're not going to believe it. She's a very good attorney in New York City, okay? Tie down, no ma'am, you got to put those things away. We did that yesterday and had the pool covered. Yes, I covered my pool. But you know what? I didn't have time to go out there and put the winterized stuff in it. So I got to roll it back and put the winterized stuff in the pool. So I got to go do that. I'm concerned about my garden. But well, what God will, we just have to live with it. Yes, Miss Gigi, yes. As long as you are safe. Addie Mae, they only robbed the pastor, the first lady, nobody else. And why did they rob the pastor and first lady? Because he had on $1 million worth of jewelry. Now, this what struck me. He was right. He said, why didn't they rob me while I was on the street? Because he a thug pastor, okay? He goes and ministers to a lot of people. Why didn't they take the jewelry off of him? Now, I don't know if the jewelry was worth $1 million. But it appeared that this jewelry was very extravagant, okay? Like I said, I can get a necklace like that on Canal Street, okay? But anyway, they go into the church and they hold a gun to his child's head, who was 8 months old. His daughter is now 10 months old, but 8 months old. And after that robbery, he had his family living in a hotel. So during this conference, while he's out there talking, someone asked him, why would you, how much is your watch you got on? He said, it doesn't matter. I should be able to wear what I want to wear and somebody not take from me. So, he had a sigh of relief. But you know what, y'all? I don't think that he knew when this news report came out that those guys were off. They had a bail hearing later on. See, a bail hearing, after you go to jail, they catch you separately, and then you have a separate hearing, is a bail hearing. How can he feel released knowing that one of them are out? One of them are out. Now, guess what? If they think that the bishop would testify against them, we talking about Brooklyn, y'all. Leave no witnesses, and all this is still conformed to me. I need more receipts. Show, and tell me more. Yes. Yeah. And guess what? The third guy was never caught. And guess what? To know there's a third guy, one of those guys had to tell. So what is this third guy thinking? Did they get the money for the second guy to get out? Because the first guy is in the street, and 9 out of 10, he's in the wind. I don't know. It's a federal case, and this guy was able to get bail. It was usually, I was thinking, okay, this is a state case. How did it become a federal case? Okay, because of the crime. Because I asked the bishop in his chat, I said, how did the state case become a federal case? Okay, it was the Hobbs, because the violence of the robbery with a child. So, that's crazy, but I feel like just because he has a lot of expensive jewelry, just get a job or find a different way to get money, not hold a gun to an 8-month-old baby. Oh my God, that got me getting angry. Yes, y'all, we got to pray. And I'm going to tell you something. I am from Harlem, New York. When I go home, I don't wear my earrings. I don't wear my wedding ring. I don't wear my necklace. I don't wear any of that. People are hungry, and they not hungry like me and Monica came up back in the day. Monica McCall's from New York too. They not hungry like that. Back in the day when we were hungry, we didn't mess with kids and old people. We didn't mess with nobody's mama. If my brothers had a beef with you, they not gonna go hurt your grandmama or your mama to get, what they wanted from you. But today's day, they would mess with your kids, they would mess with your grandmother. They would take your mama out. Monica said, "Hey y'all." Uh, Miss Gigi said, "I seen of his church ministry does not support supposedly his flashy lifestyle. There's more to him that meets the eye." Yes, and guess what? He was up on his Instagram. He teaches real estate, and he said he's a realtor. And what we didn't know, y'all, that they tried to rob his house before they robbed the church. And they took a car. So there's been some things happening to this young man, okay? And because I seen his church too, and I seen the day of the robbery when they showed a little bit of the video of when the lady came through in the church. There was like 12 members. Seriously, today is crazy and the world's scary. I feel so bad for him and their church. Yeah. Because you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. There, God is coming to us many different ways, and God is going to come to us in a way that you can relate. Like His way of preaching is going to bring more people from the street, like the hustlers and stuff. And he tells his story. He been to prison. He went to Dannemora for 6 years. He said for something he didn't do, but God gave him a revelation. Wherever it is, he's able to relate to people. But you know what? What I don't like about him, where God said, "Vengeance is mine," and he's definitely getting back at Larry Reed and Jive and all these people, but he should just let it go. That's a good question. A federal case doesn't make his case. Sorry, no Brooklyn has a code for real. The streets back in the day had a code. Dude is a con, Crooklyn for real. Right, but you know what? You got to read because his case was able to be accepted under the Hobbs case. And y'all gotta look it up. Let me tell you, I was hoping it clears. And he's saying he hoping it clears his name. A lot, he said a lot of people don't want to be doing business with him as far as coming to his church, as far as doing real estate business with him. They don't want to work with him. But you know what? He had a very expensive lawyer by his side. And she let him talk and she was correcting him. But it's called the Hobbs Act, Hobbs Act. And it says a very, very violent robbery crew that we saw with had no regard for anybody else in the middle of the mass, which he's evidently, y'all got to know that he's Catholic, holding a child at gunpoint. That's pretty rough robbery. And that's why the NYPD, it became a federal case under the Hobbs Act because of the child pointing a gun at a child. And then I'm saying we get a 10-year minimum over a robbery with a firearm. Come on now. Hey, red lipstick hustler. 10 years. Them hustlers are Christians too, but those false prophets, Lord, be with you. Hi, Queen. It's cold in Virginia. Yes, it is. It's cold here in Atlanta. In my bed, under the covers, cold. Yes, y'all. My throat is sort of hurting a little bit. He and the mayor are booed up. Who in the mayor booed up? Oh, mm, mm, LOL, I'm under my bed and my covers. I live in New Hampshire. Ooh, and it's pretty cold. I love summer. Listen, y'all, be sure Addie Mae up there in New Hampshire, you make sure you spread the word and spread it wide. Come on, we got to make sure we vote, okay? Y'all make sure y'all register to vote. It's coming. I'm going to talk about voting every day. Make sure you're ready to vote. And let me tell you something, y'all. Marjorie Green and her husband are getting a divorce. And they're just saying for irreconcilable differences. But he said the words like, I used to. We used to be best friends. Something that happened with Marjorie Green, honey. They are getting a divorce. Let me tell you something. Um, mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, 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 honey. Y'all got to pay attention to that. You got these politicians getting a divorce. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all got to pay attention. Why is her husband leaving her in the middle of an election? Y'all, he could have waited at least until she made it, got out of it, and then filed for divorce. He wants out right now, y'all. And it's a lot of things moving with the Trump case. They're trying to keep it. But guess what? Jenny Thomas, Clarence Thomas's wife, claimed the 2020 election was stolen. She's still walking around saying that. Virginia Jenny Thomas, the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, stood by the false claim that the 2020 election was fraudulently during an interview Thursday with the House committee. They had her up at the House. It's a work in progress, Bernie Thompson told reporters after the more than 4-hour interview ended. She should be in jail. You know why? Because Jenny Thomas rented buses so these people could come into D.C. What I tell you, different justices for different folks. You got folks going to jail, and she's an accessory. She rented buses for them to go to jail. Yes, Niecy. Hey, I'm letting everybody know, y'all. 7:30. I got to agree to get off. Listen, 7:30 is the NICOLE. Please stick around for the listening party. I told you I wasn't going to be up here long. 7:30, the NICOLE listening party right here in the Jim's house. Y'all check it out. Please support y'all. But I'm coming back tomorrow early with some news because I'm going to check on my gyms in South Carolina, my gyms, your family in Florida. I love you guys. Please, please make sure you hit that like button so we can stay in the algorithm. We need to stay in the algorithm, y'all. And please make sure y'all check y'all that y'all are registered to vote, y'all. We got this music game, y'all, that's gonna be coming out. Y'all better start listening to y'all 90s and 2000 music because I'm gonna be back tomorrow so we can play some ring around the music. And I'm ready. I'm ready to give out these cash apps to help people get gas or whatever you need. I love you guys. Let me get a look. Nisi said, hey, I know I ain't forget about the NICOLE. It's in my title. Bye.